Hi everyone. This is Paul here from My Chimney Professional, and we're gonna talk about waterproofing or sealing a chimney, a brick chimney. And there's various reasons why we suggest it in the business, why we waterproof chimneys or seal chimneys. More often than not, it's you get a call and someone's having a water leak, and you know there's a lot of troubleshooting that goes along with a water leak. Does it have to do with the flashing on the roof and how the roof meets the chimney and the brick? Or are there problems interior where you might have ceiling or sheetrock that might be moist, after several days of rain? So there's certainly a lot of investigative and questioning about the process of how this happens. But the most part, some of the products that we use here in the business that I see is made by Chimney Saver. And the product that I've been using the most in the 16 years of business is the water-based Chimney Saver. And it's a real simple product. If you're having problems with moisture or efflorescence, and efflorescence is that powdery white substance that you'll see on the side of a brick chimney. So normally the brick might look really smooth and have a very consistent tone, and then all of a sudden you see a whole bunch of white powdery substance and whatnot, and that's usually efflorescence. And efflorescence is basically salt deposits that, after the evaporation of moisture on the chimney, it leaves this solid, powdery form of the salt. And that could be indicative that you're having some sort of moisture problem, and maybe that's where a preventative maintenance of using Chimney Saver, which probably most people will agree in the business, it's probably the number one product. It comes in two styles. So we also have a solvent base, and basically the applications are the same. They expect that you would spray on each coat, one after the other, and the other aspect of it, they recommend that it has to be above 40 degrees when you apply it, and it should remain above 40 degrees for at least 6 hours. And the same goes with the moisture or a wet day. We want to put this on a dry day, and we want to make sure that the next 6 hours from the time of application of this product goes on, that it remains dry and it's not going to rain. So we'll look at the forecast ahead and make sure we're doing the best that we can for our customers to make sure that when we apply it the way it should be properly used based on manufacturer's instructions. Now, how I usually apply it, there's a couple of ways. The safety aspect of using just a 1-quart bottle or any type of small hand-style pump sprayer that you might use for gardening that you could pick up at any of the box stores or your hardware stores or any garden supply stores. And the other one is, not that I want to advertise Monsanto and Roundup, but it just happens to be the backpack style application sprayer. And this lets you put a larger quantity, upwards of 3 to 4 gallons in at one sitting, and that way when you're going up on a roof and you've got a lot to accomplish and a lot of square footage of brick to cover, you'll have you're not making multiple trips as you would with funnel and 1-quart style pump sprayers, or even larger hand style 1-gallon sprayers. So the usage of these is been found to be great. I've just had such success with these. I've had just a small percentage of people over the 16 years that I've been in business that really required the second coat or the second application, meaning another day. So the manufacturer suggests that when we're putting this on, at least for this company, Chimney Saver, it's 2 applications, one after the other. If there's still problems related to moisture afterwards, they expect that you would come back and repeat that process again. And the second application, or a return visit, I should say, is usually recommended that we just jump right from the water base, if that's what you used initially, and go right to the solvent base and try to nip that water damage after those first 4 total applications, if that's how you're going to do it. So these are the waterproofing supplies that a lot of people are using in the business today, and I've just had some great success with it. And as a preventative maintenance, or that's really where it's at. the one thing that I like to key for, my customers who are living here in the New England area is, like most of the chimney businesses, we get most of our calls in the fall. The hard part about using a product like in the fall time, is we start to see the temperature change. And then I'm usually called for the water damage and the water issues in those times of year, but a lot of times I can't apply the product because it's just too cold and I have to put them off to the spring. So the best thing to do is to try to keep that in mind. Spring and summer are the great repairs times for your chimneys, and we understand liners and caps and cleanings and all those things come in the fall or any time of year, but for the most part you try to do the repairs in the time of year that just makes the most sense. Spring and summer are the best times to do the waterproofing for preventative maintenance or when you're having an issue. And I thank you for watching.